What is up guys, Faded here and welcome back to the channel for another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Gigabyte G1 Gaming GTX 1080. Now this is Nvidia's powerhouse GPU, the first consumer-based card of its kind on the Pascal architecture. Now this is Gigabyte's non-reference design, which is supposed to rid itself of the heating issues on the Founders Edition cards and also perform a bit better because of overclocks of course. So let's dive right in to see the good, the bad, and the ugly on the new G1 Gaming GTX 1080. So Gigabyte sticks very closely to its top-selling design models of the previous generations. The Windforce cooler does make its return once again in this model, but they're opting to go with less copper heat pipes and a plastic shroud this time however. Though temps are in theory supposed to be lower on Pascal cards, but many of the Founder Editions cards have had thermal throttling. Gigabyte went with these orange accents, which has left me overall unhappy with its design appearance, but maybe this one will appeal to some, but still, plastic is a no-go for me. Now, RGB makes its return again with 16.8 million colors for those that like to customize, and they bring in all new GPU software to this generation of cards, that of which was desperately needed, and this software actually works quite well this time. A solid metal backplate this time around, which looks gorgeous, but I have to say adds some weight, but also some rigidity to compensate for that. Now fan stop is here again, which I love. For when I'm recording, I can just click silent on the GPU and it will go quiet for a while I record and not have that awful sound of fans blowing in the background. Lastly, we have one 8-pin power connector, which is apparently all that we will need for early Pascal cards, but some have questioned if this will have an effect on its overclocking ability. Well, in that regard, let's go ahead and get down to the meat of this graphics card. I have easily been able to overclock this card by well over 100 MHz, however I am seeing a ceiling once I get close to 2000 MHz. Though this is nothing to do with temps because this card actually stays very cool even under 100% load. I was quite surprised to see it this load after all of the Founders Edition cards and all of the controversy around heating and temps and the Nvidia pre-release video. But anyways, the Windforce cooler is definitely doing its job on this non-reference model. A whopping 8 gigs of GDDR5X VRAM should handle any game out there even at resolutions well over 4K, which this card even supports 8K with 2 DisplayPort connectors. But how does this thing perform? I'm sure that's what most of you guys are here for anyways. Well, I have multiple videos up on my other channel, so go check them out if you want to see exact FPS performance in certain games, and also take requests as well if I don't have a specific game that you actually want to see. But anyways, this thing is a beast. I can play all my games in beautiful fidelity and at 4K without this thing even breaking a sweat. And this is still on the first set of drivers to be released. There's a lot more to come with drivers and developer support. It handled quite well with the standard Firestrike, however I was expecting a bit more, but this was the score that I received. This is likely to do with the drivers and developer support, which I mean look how far the early 970s performed to how they perform now. There is still more to come. So all in all, this thing is a true powerhouse, which can easily be overclocked and it stays very cool and quiet whenever you need it to be. But it's lacking a bit in the design department, with that plastic shroud which has pretty much always been metal in the previous gen, and the lighting with orange accents is a bit counterintuitive to me, but some may enjoy that and they may find it useful in their build. But at last, we can come to the final conclusion of this graphics card. I'm going to give this card a solid 8 out of 10. It's a very nice card, but don't impulse buy it like you would have on a 980 Ti, the G1 version from the previous gen. There's plenty of other cards out there that are offering the same or even better, and even one from Gigabyte themselves, which I would take a gander at before purchasing this one. But regardless, overall it's a great card that will handle anything out there at the moment. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a request of any games that you want played down in the comments below, and you guys have a good one.